Hi, my name is Ivana. I've been very lucky to get involved in a McKinley project working for David. I have been working here for over 8 months and I'm responsible for weathering locomotives. Today I'm going to show you how to renumber step-by-step class 47. With this method I would like to mention the most important part, which is airbrush flow improver from Vallejo, which I found out is the best way how to take off the number without scratching surface. By using sellotape we are going to protect the area which we would like to keep on the number, which is this little square. So we have a piece of sellotape which we apply straight under the number we would like to remove, and we press it very firmly. Make sure there is no air inside. In an applicator water I have my airbrush flow improver and I apply few drops over the number. And now I will use a needle. Very gently I will remove the number from the surface. Airbrush flow improver has an oily base, so this will help me to remove the number without scratching the surface. And that's very important if you want to remove the number without damaging the surface. This might take a few minutes. If you see that the number is very hard to take off, leave the airbrush flow improver for a few minutes on the surface. So after a few minutes you can see that the whole number came out quite nicely and easily. So now we wipe off the surface and we see that we still have a little bit left here. So we just carry on until everything is gone. Now we can remove the sellotape. To get surface ready, I will apply a few drops of Decal Fix by brush and I buff it straight away with a cloth. This Decal Fix is from Humbrol. Next step is I'm using decals from Model Master. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just simply cut out those two numbers from the sheet. Make sure when you cut them that you don't leave too much transparent film behind and you cut them very carefully. Always use tweezers. Using ordinary water, we soak decal about 30 seconds only. So make sure you don't leave the decal in the water soak for too long, otherwise it won't be sticky enough to stay on a locomotive. So just gently check if you can take the number off. If you can't, just leave it in the water. So a decal is ready to go. Before we apply it on a loco, we use Decal Fix again from Humbrol. And we wet surface exactly where we want to apply sticker. And what we do, just simply go very close to the area, and then we take a cotton bud soaked in the water, and we just gently move the number in a place. And now we can play a little bit, we still have a time, and move it exactly where we need to. Make sure everything is nice and straight. And when we are happy with the position, we take a cloth and we firmly press, trying to get out all the bubbles and moisture. Now we leave the coal to dry completely for 24 hours, that's very important. And after we apply a clear coat of the lacquer. One of the effects of exposure of sunlight is color fading, and I would like to show you a very easy way how to achieve it. If you want to get closer to the original railway, use every opportunity to obtain good quality reference pictures. We're using different types of magazines and books to help us to see how the real world looks like. From this picture we can clearly see that here we have a faded blue. If you see, you can tell that comparison this to blue is different. This is a dark blue, and this is a faded blue. And this is the effect we are trying to achieve today. The beauty of this technique is we don't need too many materials and too many tools. All we need is just 2 sets of brushes, number 6 and 12, and set of all brusher from company MIG. For this faded effect, blue effect, we need sky blue color, and we will as well use a medium gray. So first I'm starting to use medium gray. As you can see, paint already has a little brush, so I will apply a few dots just like this over the body. Now I will take large brush and I start to blend in these dots just like this. The blending process might take a few minutes, but the beauty of this product is because it's all paint, it doesn't dry quickly, so you have loads of time to get this right. And you apply in different directions, horizontally, vertically. And you can already see that the color starts to fade. It's much lighter than it was. We don't need to worry about windows, covering them or masking them, because it's very easy to wipe this paint from the surface. Therefore, you as well need to be very careful. Make sure you don't touch the paint, because this will take a few days until the paint is completely dry. And now we start with a sky blue, which we create effect of faded blue. And again, we just go very lightly. We don't need too much. And as well, because we already think that we will create the effect of dust and dirt from road, we don't need to go very low. We just go slightly lower, but we don't really need to cover the full body of the engine. You can already see build-up of the blue. So usually when I do a color fading effect on the body, I as well start to concentrate the lower body and I'll start to fade the boogie. So in this case I'm using dark matte. It's the same type of paint as I used for the body, and I again apply just a few drops randomly. And before I start to blend them, I use rust effect. And again, a medium grey. In this case, I'm using a small brush. And I can start moving as well to the body. Again, brush number 12. Slow blending. You can use tapping as well. And again blending. So after checking, I can see I can put a little bit more rust on this side. Again, very lightly. Again, make sure that this is blended in perfectly. Finishing off this effect, I will use a black wash from Humbrol, which is as well oil-based color, so the drying process is the same. So I will enhance all places which is darker. Make sure you mix this bottle before you use it. I will use very fine detail brush, and all I do, I just touch the places which are the darkest. All you do, just let it run exactly how the rain would affect. So I would like to show you how it looks when more blue is used in an effect. The difference is quite significant, and this is the Loco, which is brand new.